guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. It's hard to believe that yesterday, July 27th, 2026, was 5 years since sweet little Michael Monkey Vaughan was abducted, kidnapped, stolen from his loving family in Fruitland, Idaho. And I wanted to do this video yesterday, but unfortunately it was a little too much going on. But you guys know I am dedicated to Michael, Monkey Strong. I'm part of Monkey's army here at True Crime Beat. So I am definitely all about wanting to get the justice for this sweet, sweet, beautiful boy. Brandy Vaughan, his mama, and the family did do a press conference yesterday with Fruitland Police Department, and I wanted to play that before I went any further into the video.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Brandy Vaughan. I am Michael Joseph Vaughan's mama. 5 years ago today, on July 27th of 2021, our beautiful little boy, Michael Joseph Vaughan, was abducted from our neighborhood in Fruitland, Idaho. Today marks 5 years, 60 months, 260 weeks, 1,826 days, 43,831 hours, 2,629,888 minutes, and 158 million seconds. Every single one of those moments has been spent loving Michael, missing Michael, searching for Michael, and praying that today would be the day he comes home. Since Michael's disappearance, there has been an extensive criminal investigation alongside the search for our son. Law enforcement has pursued countless leads. They use specialized canine teams, drones, helicopters, boats, ATVs, fixed-wing aircraft, kayakers, paragliders, search warrants in every available source that they could find. Local, state, and federal have dedicated 5 years to finding answers, and our family remains deeply grateful for all those efforts. One heartbreaking truth remains. Michael has not been brought home. For 5 years, our family has lived with questions no parent should ever have to ask. The anguish does not fade with time. It follows us into every morning and every night, even in our dreams, where sometimes, just for a moment, Michael is with us again. And then we wake up, and the nightmare is still our reality. Our family will never be whole until Michael is home. There are people, monsters, that know where Michael is. For 5 years, they have carried answers that they have not shared. Nothing can change what has already happened and been done. But one choice still remains. Tell the truth. Bring our son home. You had no right. Before I go on any further, I want to tell you about our little boy. We are all here for. To the world, he is Michael Joseph Vaughan. To us, he is our sweet monkey. Monkey had the brightest smile and the sweetest laugh. His laughter filled every room and made everyone around him smile. He loved monster trucks and hot rods. His favorite hot rod is Papa's. Monkey loved climbing anything he could find and living his life as a fearless daredevil. His love for animals, especially frogs. He could spend forever fascinated by the moon, the planet, and the stars. A chocolate ice cream cone could make his whole day. Michael found joy in the simplest moments, and he shared that joy with everyone around him. That is who Michael is, a sweet, kind, loving little boy. Michael is not defined by what happened to him. He is defined by his kindness, his curiosity, his adventures, his spirit, and the incredible love he brought into this world. Those people responsible took away the years we should have shared with him, but they did not erase who Michael is. They did not erase his laughter. They did not erase his light. Michael's story did not end on July 27th of 2021. Michael's story lives on. Every time someone speaks Michael's name, share his picture, prayers for our family, and refuse to let Michael be forgotten. Monkey, your light still shines, my love. It shines through our family, your friends, your community, and through people around the world who have never even stopped caring about you. Michael, you are loved beyond any words can express. Local, state, and federal agencies have worked tirelessly for 5 years, and our family remains deeply grateful for every person who has dedicated themselves to bringing Michael home. To the Payette County Prosecutor's Office, thank you for your dedication, professionalism, and the tremendous responsibility you carry as Michael's case moves forward through the criminal justice process. To our judicial system, thank you for the careful work that lies ahead. We believe every person deserves a fair and impartial process, and we remain hopeful that justice will be served based on the evidence and law. To every volunteer who searched fields, canals, neighborhoods, rivers, and open land, thank you. To every reporter, every journalist, every advocate, content creator, and every person around the world who has shared Michael's story, spoken Michael's name, prayed for our family, or refused to let him be forgotten, thank you. Every prayer, every shared photograph, every candle, every act of kindness, every message of hope, thank you. Thank you all who has kept Michael's name alive. We are grateful for every search, every shared flyer, every conversation, every prayer, and act of kindness. Each one has reminded us that Michael has never been forgotten. Our family's focus remains the same. We will continue to seek truth, to stand for Michael, to be Michael's voice, and to continue until he is brought home and justice is served. 5 years ago, Michael Joseph Vaughan was taken from us. Since that day, our family has lived with a space in our lives that words cannot fill. Our mission has never changed to bring Michael home. For 5 years, we have chosen hope over despair, perseverance over giving up. To everyone who has stood by us, thank you for refusing to forget Michael. Michael is more than a case number. He is a son, he is a brother, and a grandson. Michael is a little boy who was barely 5 when he was taken by monsters. He was just a sweet, innocent little boy who was deeply loved and deeply missed every single day. Thank you for continuing to stand with us, to honor Michael, and to carry hope with us. We will never stop speaking his name until we bring our baby home. I pinky promise, monkey. I love you, Michael Joe.
Hearing Brandy's words just brings tears to my eyes. And I don't know, I didn't know Michael, and most of you didn't know Michael. But I feel as though we have been able to get to know him through Brandy, Tyler, his brothers and sisters. We have been blessed to get to know him. Unfortunately, it is through and because of a horrible, horrible crime that at least four people, four monsters committed against an innocent child. An innocent 5-year-old child who just went outside to play. Michael wandered out of his family's home on July 27th while his daddy, Tyler, was changing the baby, who you see her there in the front holding his photo. That's his baby sister, Buggy. And he was also ordering the family a pizza. And Brandy, she went to work. In those few minutes that Tyler was trying to multitask and take care of things inside of that home, Michael decided to go outside. And typically, his neighborhood would be fine. His neighborhood is safe. It was safe. I don't know how they feel about it since this event, since his abduction. The most horrible, horrible people saw Michael on the street, on the sidewalk, wandering around, and they decided to take him. They decided they had the right to abduct someone else's baby, someone else's child, someone else's brother, someone else's grandson. They they stole Michael from his loving family. And then they have done everything since that day to lie, scheme, hide, run away, anything but take accountability for the horrible thing that they have done, not only to Sweet Michael, but to this family. They refuse to take accountability. And at this point, we don't know. Law enforcement doesn't know. The district attorney's office doesn't know. Most importantly, Michael's family doesn't know where he is. The one monster who is set to go to trial for Michael's abduction and murder, he's set to go to trial on September 14th. He decided at some point to try to make a deal. Okay? He tried to make a deal. Stacy Wandra. He went to law enforcement and he told them, I want to make a deal. I want to get a deal if I tell you where Michael is. And we've gone over that. Some of that interview, some of that interrogate. Well, it's not really an interrogation. It's more of an interview uh, on the channel here. I highly, highly encourage you, if you are not familiar with this case, to please check out my playlist. I know I did have one comment on my post that they did not know who Michael is. Please, please check out my playlist. And I'm also going to link to Brandy's channel, because she started to do some some postings and some videos about her sweet son. And he, like I said, he wanted to make a deal. So he told them where Michael was. Unfortunately, Michael had been moved. He was, according to this monster, Stacy Wandra, he was, Michael was buried. He was buried in the backyard at their home on Red Wing Street. Very, very close, not far at all from the Vaughn family home. And Fruitland Police Department, law enforcement, they spent time digging up that entire backyard because of Stacy's tip to get a deal. Again, Michael wasn't found. What they did find is evidence that he had been there. He had been at that location in that backyard. It is assumed, and I believe it, it is assumed that one of the other three, and possibly others, moved Michael before Stacy was able to open his mouth and tell law enforcement. And I personally believe that Brandon Shurtleff, one of the four suspects, as well as possibly Sarah Wandra, who is actually still serving time in prison for an unrelated charge, and Adrian Lucene, I believe they know. They know where Michael is today. So unfortunately, Stacy, I think he can't help in that regard. But these other three, and again, like I said, possibly others, they know exactly where Michael is. But they are too chicken shit to talk. How dare they not only take this family's child, do what they did to him 5 years ago, but how dare they not tell his mother, his father, his siblings where Michael is? How dare you? And yeah, it's taken some time to get prosecution, okay? But you know what? They don't need a body. They don't need a body. And Monster Stacy Wander, well, he and his legal team, basically his legal team, because he's a behind bars, so he can't do a whole lot, guys. He's living it up behind bars, and I'm hoping he's having an awful time there. He has motions out through his attorneys. They're going to hear them on August 11th through 12th because, well, they think that the charges should be dropped. Well, and definitely they want the evidence from the canines to be taken away from evidence. In my opinion, Stacy Wonder's attorneys, they're scared because the state has a lot of evidence. They've got a lot of evidence. And Stacy knows he's screwed. He is screwed. And he probably also wants the other three to go right down with him. So my question is, why the hell doesn't he roll on them further? I don't know. Does he not have anything else he can give? And then, of course, Sarah, she's, like I stated, she's in prison for unrelated charges. She apparently is not talking, at least that's what we've heard. And the one that I believe 100%, in my opinion, and I'm being careful with this because we don't know this for sure, in my opinion, allegedly, I believe that Brandon Shurtleff knows exactly where Michael is right now. And he is currently out there free, guys. He is free, as well as Adrian. And let me ask the both of you, because we all know you watch the live streams about Michael, his case, and you also go back and watch videos because you're curious what is known about the horrible thing that you've done. You want to know. Your curiosity just it just eats at you, doesn't it? It eats you up every single day. Let me ask you, Brandon, Adrian, are you getting scared yet? Are you getting scared? Because, you know, they are creeping up on you. And yes, you can sit there and laugh and say, "Well, you've been saying that for a while now that your time is ticking, the time is coming." Well, you can see that Stacy, he's going to trial next month. Well, he's going to get his motions heard and in September, well, he is going to trial for this abduction of sweet Michael Vaughn. And I know, as well as Monkey's Army knows, that the three of you and anyone else connected, and I'm looking at Brandon's mama and Sarah's mama too, because I believe a lot of their family and close friends are highly aware of what you've done and potentially more involved. They all know the time is coming. And yeah, you know, there are no statute of limitations on these crimes. And one day you're going to be sitting there on your lazy ass, Brandon, Adrian, sitting there on the couch, and they're going to bust the door down and take you down. Because you know what? You can't steal, you can't take another family's child, their sweet 5-year-old child, and get away with it. It doesn't work that way. Justice is coming for Michael and his family. Justice is coming. Just unfortunate it's not as fast, it's not as swift as we would like it because real life just isn't like Law and Order on television. But I want to thank you guys for always being here for Michael. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'm going to have lots of content coming up about Michael and his case because, like I stated, it's coming. Stacy's trial is coming. And let me tell you what, we need to go back and continue to look at the preliminary hearing. We started to do that. And we're going to look back at the case from the beginning before the trial. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And you know what? I may do some live streams. I might be doing some special stuff for subscribers. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you can, hype the video. That would be awesome as well. And hit that like button. But all right, guys, I always appreciate you being here for these victims, especially for sweet Michael. And with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.